This is the Center for Research in Igbo History and Culture, and we are reaching you from Hoopla World Studios here at Otuacha Umweri. Today is Wednesday, the 1st of May 2024, and I'm having this stimulating conversation with Chief Mrs. Veronica EGONEKWU about her work and service as a correctional officer in the Nigeria Correctional Service. I ran into Chief EGONEKWU in the course of the preparations for the funeral and the interment of her late husband, Chief MUOKWUGWO, who went to be with the Lord on the 8th of January 2024 and will be laid to rest the day after tomorrow on Friday, the 3rd of May 2024. The conversation was a learning experience for me, and I feel confident that you will enjoy listening in on it. Thank you for joining us. Stay tuned.
Yes, you are telling me about your work as what it takes and what it entails to be a correctional officer.
What it takes to be a correctional officer is a lot. First of all, for you now to stand out and be a correctional officer, you must acquire many, extraordinary characters. Understand? Because you are there to reform the broken calabash. Human beings that has failed their parents, because for a child to be in prison, that child is not controlled by the parents. Is that not?
Right.
The child has failed the parents, or the parents has failed the child.
It's a failure somewhere.
Yeah. You understand? Then the church has failed the church, because I believe there is a place, either the mosque or either the shrine house or the community district head. The child has failed them.
Has failed religion, or
they have
religion has failed the child.
I
agree.
Then probably the child was in the school and met a group and formed whatever the attitude that is against the social way of life. The child has failed the school and the school has failed the child. Okay? The child now found himself or herself in another phase of life called prisons. So those working there should do what? Possess the attitude that will mold that broken calabash. Because the child is just like a broken calabash, which can either be mended or allowed to decay. So you cannot have empty hands or empty, knowledge, or you are not capable enough to mold the broken calabash. You must have what it takes.
It takes special gifts
to do that. Special gifts, special knowledge.
And among those gifts, would you say would be? Among the gifts required, what would you? What would be in your opinion? What would be the gifts?
First of all, you must be reformed.
Yourself.
Yeah. You must be reformed. You must be disciplined. You must have that knowledge, vast knowledge. You must be observant. Like in the society now, as I entered Otuacha, I started seeing mad people, many mad people. I started reasoning, what might be the problem?
It's becoming
I commented to somebody. I said, I observed that many people are mad in this city. What is the problem? So people told me it's a boromiri or whatever. Then I know there's a problem.
What do you mean by idolatry?
And that some just from their family, whatever, idols. You understand what the forefathers did or the parents did? So I know actually something is wrong. And I became concerned. You understand? Yeah. And if you're able to see problem and solve solution to that problem, you have that attitude of amending broken calabash. Because like in Nigeria Correctional Service or Nigeria Prison, I will tell you that we do reformation and rehabilitation and the reintegration of inmates, and there's one function we have there among our statutory function Nigeria Correctional Center, tracing the causative factor of the antisocial behavior of human being.
Of that person.
You understand? The child you see in the prison has become a project of study. Why is this person?
You are saying that tracing the roots, the cultural, the upbringing roots, what we call them, of deviant behavior is part of the statutory functions of the Nigerian Correctional.
Yeah, because we as we receive them from the entrance, the council, we have welfare units that does the counseling of the inmates. Like social workers will do the counseling of the inmates. And through the counseling, you now fish out what might be the cause of this child's antisocial behavior. You understand? It can be parenting styles, through parenting styles. Yeah.
It could be parenting style.
It could be parenting style, where the styles are not conducive to develop the child well. In child's development, a lot of things has to go in there. You understand? When you are developing a child, it starts from the wife you take in as a mother of that child. That is the fundamental issue. How did you get married? Is it from the streets? Did you trace where the wife come from? Whose child are you marrying? Whose family are you getting married? It matters a lot, and that tells in the life of every child.
So if you want good fruit, choose your tree carefully.
Exactly. So as you chose your wife, the product you brought in as a wife, you understand? Is she a wife material enough to take care of children, to establish children, to develop children? And again, apart from picking wife, as the woman comes in and takes in, become pregnant, how did you nurture the pregnancy and the mother? As the child is born, what happened? The nurture nature of a child tells enough in the life of a child that will be a good product tomorrow. You understand what I mean?
I understand.
The nurture nature. How did you nurture? Is it the one you will just bring out a child, you don't care how the child is being treated, you don't care the type of food, you don't care whether the mother attended antenatal, whether she received the fundamental health knowledge that will keep the child going? How did you train the child from, say, 5 years old? The child starts school, what kind of school, the nature of the school, the quality of the school. That's all we think about in child's development. Then you talk of the environment where you are bringing your children in. Because we are told that environment makes a child what the child is. If you train your child in a Jagule road, the child will behave like a Jagule boy. If you train a child very well in a Umweri, the child will be a good product.
You'll be my brother.
Yeah. You understand? If you train a child nonchalantly, like I can say, parenting styles will have nonchalant. We have we call it laissez-faire parents. We have militant parents. You understand? So if you are laissez-faire parents, you don't care how you are bringing your children up. A father that is a drunk, every day you come back home drunk, your children are observing you. When you get over from the hangover, you say, hey, go and buy me a bottle of beer. The child will go and buy it. You drank that and remain small in the bottle and ask the child to finish it. You are grooming that child to what? to a bad product. You understand me? So, but we see an understanding parent that will weigh left and weigh right, that will build together with the husband or wife, will build together and make their child productive. Then again, when you see their children, you will know. When a child goes outside and brings something that you didn't buy for the child, won't you ask question? Where did you get this seed from? Who gave you? Have you ever seen me buy something like this for you? These are the type of things you expect mothers and fathers to be doing. And not the one that your child will bring in a stolen vehicle. Tomorrow you'll be calling the person Odogu. Hey! It's a problem to the society today. It's parenting styles. Is the cause of the problem we are having. The social economic factors or decadence in Nigeria is caused by, is from the home, from the homes.
Is it, in your opinion, is it the home that makes a person to grow up to be a governor and steals $846 million?
Yeah, home is part of it. The home you grow out from. If your parents is not the type that doesn't ask questions or scold a child when the child, astray, they can be. They will go out and do more than they can do. And some again is due to peer group. When you see that your friends are doing something like this, not minding whether your parents will not like it or not. You understand? Will like it or not. You go about following the peer group. I can tell you of a child, of a boy in Jos, in Nigeria Correctional Service. This boy, he was in a medical school with some mates. The parents, suffered broken home. The mother has left the father. You understand? Yeah. So the child was staying with the father. The boy was staying with the father, about 20-something-year-old boy from Cross River. Was staying with the father in Jos. The father is a medical doctor too, and the boy was reading medicine too. So on going back to school, there's a family, another medical doctor's family, that the boy will. The man will now link him up with that family to go back to school with that family, to follow their vehicle and go back to school. So it kept happening like that. When the father dropped the boy with that family, the father will not care whether the boy has gone back to school or not. Not knowing that those boys used to steal before they go back to school. So in this occasion, when the father dropped him, he came and said, are you people not ready? They said, we're not going today, we'll go next week. Just chill. And the boy, in the evening around 7 p.m., they took their father's vehicle, went to Ahmadu Bello Way, and asked the boy to follow them. They went to filling station and started robbing. This boy refused to follow them. They said, the money we are spending in the school with you, how do we get it? If you cannot comply, you go back to your father's house. So this boy followed them. So when they got to that filling station, they robbed. When they robbed and the boy they caught the boy as they were going, and he could not jump into the vehicle like them. Because he hadn't no experience.
Yes.
So the boy was caught. So when they brought him to court, he confessed. He confessed all this thing I was telling you. He confessed. Do you know that on going back to arrest these boys, the father has taken them out of the country?
Wow.
Leaving this boy to suffer what he did not even know how it started. So the boy served 10 years as a condemned convict and was converted to life imprisonment. So the welfare helped him, link him up to those that helped him Eventually, he was reintegrated into the society.
Society.
So if the father had cared for that boy, carry your child to the park and make sure that your child has gone back to school. Or take your child to school. You understand? But you continue to link them up to the family. You don't know how the boy was behaving or whatever is their movement. So that was why I said peer group. The pressure, that one, the peer group pressure was against him, because although he wasn't like that, he confessed to me. He told me everything. You know, he told me everything. And then in the clinic, because I'm in the medical section of a Nigeria Correctional.
Okay.
You understand? We are the ones that they confide on. You understand?
Yeah.
To tell us their mind. Because if you become sick, where do you go?
Right.
It's into our hands. So they tell us the truth. So he confessed and told me that has never been in his character. And even he confessed in the court that the Nigerian government should help him. So that has never been in his character. He has never done that before. But the father said they should take him to prison. The father did not help him. Served him his converted to life imprisonment. He was taken to Kaduna open camp. That was how I knew about it. I didn't know anything about it.
After that.
So parenting style matters a lot in the life of every child. The life of every child. So again,
yes,
another causative factor is the societal expectation.
Expectations.
Yeah. Societal expectation.
Very serious one, if you ask me.
Your mates are doing this, you are not doing that. You're expected to do this, and you are not doing that. You know, the person will go back and take this reference now to this fellow that is a drug baron. Me, that don't want to live that life, I've become an idiot.
Yes.
With my level of education. Some may contain it, some may think otherwise. Let me try the other way and be among those that they talk about in society. So
in order to fulfill
that's why I told you
societal and parental expectations.
Environment makes the child. Makes the child. And you look at the environment where you are living, the type of children there, is your children mingling with them.
But how do you explain what we find in practice, that in Lagos, you find a lot of people who are born in VGC, lived all their life in VGC, and things like that, and still turn out unacceptable. And you see people who are born and bred in a bamboo village opposite VGC, and who are born in Ajegule, which is in Eastern Ajah, Lagos, Victoria Island, Lagos, Victoria Garden City. And opposite it, you have a Kota with bamboo village. These two extremes. And then you have people living in Ajegule who are born and bred in Ajegule, who are made good. They turned out very excellent human beings, even though they were born in the depth of the ghetto. Whereas we know people who are born, lived all their lives within in the top-notch areas and still went sour. How would you explain that?
It does still boil down to parenting style, to home upbringing of a child. That Ajagule, you fish out some good products. What made them to live there was poverty. Some people there.
Yes.
Poverty, ba?
Yeah.
If you do research among them, there are people that wants to train their children well so that they will have better life tomorrow. They are selling pure water, they are frying akara, they are doing all sorts of menial work to keep their family. And children from that kind of family, they do well.
Regardless of environment,
yes.
Regardless of growing up in Nigeria.
They have seen hardship. If you happen to train them to secondary school level, when they enter school, they have known A and B, that this is poverty, this is richness. They will like to be rich. And they would like to beat down those people that say they are from rich homes by doing what? Listening to their parents. See, oh, I borrowed this school fees I'm giving to you. Oh. So make good use of your time. This money I'm giving to you now was borrowed. So make good use
of it.
I remember when I entered secondary school, my father is not so rich, but he's not a poor man. You understand? So my father took me to secondary school. My first time of entering Umuonia Girls, my father packed everything of me, bought everything. I don't lack anything. But when my father took me to the hostel, helped me to set my provisions and my bed, and double bunk and everything, he now asked me to follow him out. As we were climbing downstairs, my father stopped and called me EGONEKWU. He said, sir, he said, look around. Look around this environment. I started looking around. He asked me, what are you seeing? I said, seeing some mango trees, I'm seeing buildings, I'm seeing human beings walking around, I'm seeing them. He said, you're seeing human beings. You see human beings here, they have a shower among them. They have thieves among them. They have those that came to do know what they came to do.
To do in school.
There are those that don't care about what they come to do. EGONEKWU, I'm going home. Any group you like, follow them. That was the instruction my father gave me. I stood there crying, weeping. How can my dad tell me this type of thing? Me and you left Queen to school. Instead of pampering me or telling me, okay, do this. This is what this man threw to my face and left me. He didn't come back to say bye-bye. I stood there weeping. And somebody, a girl, a lady that is still my friend till today, came and said, why are you crying? Is it because your father is going back? They didn't know why I was crying.
Yes.
And that lady is Mrs. is the one. Peter is the one's wife.
Okay.
That was how two of us became friends. So she carried me, held my hand, and we entered the dining and started this. I was still weeping. I said, why? So I told her what my father told me. She said, yeah. We will not join bad gang. I will watch it. There's no way we will join bad eggs. And two of us became study mates, everything. You know, we did not pass Umuonia Girls. We passed other schools, but we changed school. And those that changed to Umuonia Girls that I didn't pass a common entrance with Umuonia Girls' name, we are made up one class. So two of us were in one class. You understand? That was how we became friends. Till today. So I still talk about, I'm still saying that parenting style is very, very, very important in the life of a child. Because if your parents know that this way is bad, this way is good, they will not like their children to go. When a child leaves home to go and meet friends, you should know that by 5 o'clock or before 6 o'clock, you are free. But some parents will leave their children outside. 10 p.m., 11 p.m. What? Did you ask yourself what they were doing outside? Did you ask that question?
No, point out, how do you still reconcile another dimension to this? We are in Ajegule. A set of parents, a father and mother, have 5 children. They're all living in the same one room in Ajegule. They are subject to the same pressures, the same temptations, and everything. Yet at the end of it, one of them decides to go north. Another one decides to go south. How do you explain that? One becomes a humanitarian worker.
Okay.
The same family. They grew up under the same abject conditions.
Okay.
But one decides to become a humanitarian worker, filled with compassion and love. And another decides to be, well,
a criminal.
A criminal.
Okay.
How do you explain that? It
Yeah.
also happens for those who live in the high-end neighborhoods. The same community, the same neighborhood, the same family friends, the same playmates. Yet at the end, this one decides to go this way, and another quite a different trajectory. How do you explain that?
Yeah. There's what is called child preference.
Hmm.
There's what is called child preference.
Hmm.
You understand what I mean?
Yes.
You prefer this child to this child.
Hmm.
If you look at those, I can call it bad eggs,
Hmm.
you see that they are mostly pampered children. They said from childhood, you know a child has to become something. Eh? You have two children in your home now. Say, oh yeah, carry jerry can and go and fetch water. Oh yeah, go to the stream and fetch water. One say, become lazy to go and fetch water, common water from the stream. Start crying because you ask the child to, but the other one will carry jerry can and do what? It's gone. It's in the Bible now.
Yeah.
It's in the Bible.
Yeah.
When the father said do this, one say no, I won't do it. The other one say I will do it.
Yeah.
But the one that said I will do it could not do it. But the other one realized and did it. So that is how it is. The child that said you will not go and fetch that water and drop the can. The mother did not scold the child. It's okay if you cannot go. Wait, don't go. Or they will just allow the child to go and start playing with the mates. The other one will fetch water, come back and fetch again, and come and fetch again. They thought they prefer that one, abi? Probably it's their last born, but they are best. Yeah? Eventually, the child will grow with that attitude. There's nothing the child will know. Just like a house girl you brought to your house. You have your own children, grown-up girls. You have a house girl. This girl will be serving both male and female in your house, clean house, make bed, clean toilets, cook food. Your children are there. She'll be doing everything. Eventually, when your daughters marry, they won't know anything. They won't know anything in their husband's school. So it will be a shame to the mother. I have a friend that this type of thing happened to. The first daughter didn't even know how to make garri. Till the day she was getting married, a week she was getting married, she started teaching her, make this soup, make this soup. I told her, I said, it's late.
Short gone.
It's late. And she did not stay more than 15 days with the husband.
Wow.
Marriage spoiled.
Crushed.
So that's what I'm telling you. Everything boils down to parenting. And that two children that grew up in a family, one good, one bad, trace their error. Either if the mother is scolding, the father is patting the child at the back. You understand me, man? And the child will grow with that weakness. When you are doing bad and your parents will not join hands and say, stop it. You know the child of who you are. Grow up with that. They ask someone is loading a job and our father will come and defend. Then there's what is called again the black goat of the family. And that one
Black sheep.
Black sheep of the family. Thank you so much. The black sheep of the family. And that one I can say is either, attack from the enemies around. That's, saw the good or whatever the God wants to use the child and try to tarnish the image of that child.
You're talking about the scenario where it may be a family of 5 children, and 4 of them are straight, good children, but exemplary character, but one decides to go the other way.
Something happened.
Because
there's a spiritual problem. You understand? That can be traceable if the family is strong enough to trace it. You know why this child should not be like others.
I'll come back to that.
It's a study.
I'll come back to that. I'll come back to that in a moment. But let's say, in your experience, you are in the correctional services, and within the correctional services, you are in the medical arm of the same that. So, how much of this problem do you think is traceable to genetic factors?
Yeah, there are genetic factors.
Or do you think all of them are parental and
There
environmental?
are genetic factors like counseling. That's what we call the recidivism. That's what we call recidivism. Recidivist means this child has been in prison last month, 2 years, last year. Every time when a case is closed within 2 months, you see the same person back.
You call it
Recidivist.
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 Okay, recidivist.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's go and come.
Go and
come.
Yes.
Prison has become your home.
Okay, that's a technical term of the correctional service.
It's a correctional service term.
Okay.
Recidivist is in the if you check dictionary, you found
Okay.
out what it is. That is a residual, when
Okay.
somebody is a habitual, having something, it has become your habit.
Yes.
So that that child has used that place as a home. Am I right?
Yes.
So in that issue, when you are counseling the child, you will find out whether there is such attitude in their genes. Grandfather, did you know how your grandfather ended up? Your father, what happened? Has your father been in the police net for once? That one has become something of is a project of study. It's a project of study. So when you find out that one, you now link the child up to the religious aspect of the Nigeria Correctional Service. We have chaplains. They go there, they pray for them.
Now, what would you have to say about this? That there is, how will I put it, a thinking among people who are not, a prevailing thought that the prison system is a breeding ground for deviant
Criminals.
behaviors. Also, that good people who go in there come out worse, or come out bad, or come out worse.
Yeah.
What would you say about that?
Okay, it's true. Why it's true is that we have what is called classification of offenders. When they come, we classify them according to their categories. We have awaiting trial, we have armed robbery suspect, we have condemned, we have convicts. These convicts are those that court has decided on. You understand?
Yeah.
And these awaiting trials are waiting for their fate, you understand, to be determined by courts. So when they are mixed up like that, they will be sharing the experiences of how the society is all about, or how they are against society. You understand?
Yes.
Some of them, when they are going, they will arm well again. Okay, this time around I will not be caught, but I will make it. You understand?
Yeah.
Okay. And there was a time I was in the clinic around 11 a.m. about 10 years ago. There was one notorious armed robber that was brought into prison that day. So in the front of the clinic, he was lecturing the awaiting trials. How he used to kill the police, these are that, these are. So I saw him through the window. I came and dispatched them out from that place. And I called him. And this boy was a son of a retired chief judge turned armed robber. So I told him, I counseled him and told him that this thing you are doing, you are causing more harm to yourself. You are breeding them to be more hardened. How you kill policemen and broke them with their bones and put them on the road and climb them with vehicle. So why are you here? Are you here to be reformed or to teach them? Do you know that after I told, because why I said parenting style, anytime he enters prison, the father will do what? He use his influence and release him. You understand?
Yeah.
He doesn't stay more than 10 days in the prison. He will go. He will come again. That thing I was discussing with him, he left after 3 days. The following week, they killed him. Police killed him. They trapped him and killed him. The rumor came the whole time because see, area command see Nigeria prisons in Jos. That they killed up. I've forgotten the name. Everybody ran and saw his corpse lying on the truck, police truck. Yeah, I went. So well built boy. If the father had traced earlier enough that this is a child that will bring shame to him, and nurtured him well, will he continue to be like that? But he brought shame to the man. He was on telly where they displayed his body. Everybody saw it on television. The son of so person like that.
And that brings one to the question that you find that I'm not an expert, this I'm not involved, but I've found so many cases of, like you have said now, the child of a judge, you know, a judge who you expect will be able to manage his household and, he dispenses justice, And then another class again that we'll find produces very tough, very bad robbers are the clergy. The clergy.
Yeah.
Especially those, the very tough ones, the very good ones.
Exactly.
So why do we find that such people, top policemen, top judiciary officers, top clergy, that they have this tendency? Others who don't fall into this class will generally produce deviants and, deviants, all classes of criminals. But you find that those tough and the bad ones, especially the incorrigible ones, are usually children of top judiciary officers, police officers, clergy. How would you account for that? What do you think is responsible?
Well, that one I have seen it in many ways too, and I saw it as where enemy planted weeds. I mean, what they call it?
Enemy plants weeds in the homes of judges and the homes of top police officers and the homes of top clergymen.
See, other children they are behaving well, but there must be that black sheep. And being a policeman or being a man of God, like that, and that, you should know that you have problem in your home, and you treat that child differently to make sure the child looks like, become like others. You understand what I mean? There's no way you will tell me that your child is above you. There's some parents who say, this child overpowered me or whatever. What I don't believe that. You understand me? Yes. There's one woman that told me some time ago, my relation said, I will go and live with her first child, that they cannot control the child anymore, that this is. I say, Madam, this is your first child. And you cannot control your child. Me, be the one to control your first child for you. How do you think me will control your first child and you cannot control your child? Say your child has overgrown you. This is life. My child cannot overgrow me. I will know what to do to make you my child. No. But some may believe it has been happening. It has been happening in their family like that. This person is a wayward child. So your child will follow up and be wayward. It's determination. If you determine it will make the child to be something. Honestly, I believe that. I believe that.
In the context of what you call recidivism. Recidivism.
Yeah.
What would you say? What in the prison environment do you think will make somebody? I mean, it's not. I've not been to prison, but I don't imagine that it will be a comfortable environment. What would you think will make a person to want to continue to go back from a place of comfort and liberty and freedom outside to go back to the cooped up place where the food is not the best? I have a friend growing up. I have a friend, who would, anytime he needed money, he would look for anything to commit so that he will go to whether prison or the police cell, and he will come out anytime he's broke and needs money. He will look for something to do that will make him to end up in the prison or in the police cell. He will come back with money. He will come back with money
from this police cell.
Yes, now
they will contribute for him.
When he gets there, he will the president, these people that they send, as he's entering that place, the first thing you do, he will ask, they want to harass him. Then you ask them who is the president, or he will guess for himself something. And he walk up to that one and slap the president. He repeated this. I know we were growing up together.
The incoming will slap somebody.
Yeah, he will slap that their president, beat him, and then soon all of them will be crying, police, oh, police, this man is going to kill us. Oh, this man wants. Yes. And then he will overthrow them and they will start contributing money. And when he feels he has enough, he will come on.
Well,
so he kept going in. He kept going in like that anytime he needed money. And then when he gets like that, if the brothers come to bail him or something, we tell them to go.
Yeah, the people like that is
what makes the prison environment
more comfortable for
you? Yes.
It's laziness.
Is the prison environment a place of ease?
That's what.
Is the place people could relax?
I'm trying to tell you, some are lazy.
But lazy people, don't they go where they will be comfortable, where they will be?
At least, when somebody has gone to extreme like that, extremists.
Yes.
Instead of looking for what will help you to become human being, you always look for a mate. They will go and stand up the way and rob or break into somebody's house. It's laziness that causes it. Laziness of the brain. They cannot think of what they need to make their life better. So they always end at the net of imprisonment to have free food. Like in Plateau State.
Is the food there so good?
The food is not so good, but it's manageable for them because of the type of human beings they are. But if you have bright future and you have plan for yourself, you won't like to go there. But when you are now, what the hell, don't have anything to help yourself, you end up there. Their boys always take brukutu, alcohol, and roaming about, raping people. Let me tell you, during the rainy season that's supposed to be the farm season, farming season, instead of them to be looking for job to help themselves, they'll commit, either they go and steal goats, steal cow, steal this, so that they'll come back to prison.
So that they will come back?
They'll come back.
So what I'm saying is actually happens.
Now they'll come back to prison. So that they won't be suffering looking for what to eat. They'll come. What was telling I after at least free food.
So you people as correctional officers, how do you approach this? What's the program or the plan for attacking this?
The plan for attacking this is through counseling. When you counsel the child and know the problem of the child, there's a program we have that is called the radicalization of offenders. The radicalization of offenders. You know the problem of that child. Is it education, lack of education, we roll them into, we have institutions in Nigeria Correctional Service, we roll them into school. Is it due to marital instability between the parents that caused the problem? As we trace it, we take the child to the district head when the child is being released. Take the child to the district head. There are welfare facilities we will give them when they are on discharge. And we have industries where they learn. We roll them into industries. Sewing, metal work, furniture, whatever. Anyone they learn and perfect themselves there. As they go, there are tools we give them. And we take them to the district head and make sure the village head and others help them to get shop to themselves.
No, I'm still not comfortable with this incident, this tendency for people to come back to prison, people to commit crimes, not because of the reward of the crime. In fact, their reward is for them to be returned to the prison environment. It's not like they want to steal, but they are stealing as a way, as a pass to get into the
something to go back.
To go back.
That's
so
what I'm
now, of course, from what you have said, the prison system is aware of this problem. So what's their plan for
recidivism?
So what's their plan? What is their, how do they tackle this? What are they doing to stop this tendency, to reverse it?
We have what is called non-custodial institutions of Nigeria Correctional Service, and this comprises of the human rights facilities of probation, payroll, community services, and restorative justice. So in this aspect, the child will be taken to court and the case will be reviewed. And as the case is reviewed and found out that the problem of this person, the offense is minor, that is tracing the cause of antisocial behavior. As we trace it, we log them, we integrate them in the society with what we train them with. That's what I'm trying to tell you. And you see them doing well if they are being supervised by the district head, and they will be returning to the payroll or probation officer, whether they have reformed or not. You understand me?
Yes.
That's the treatment for this recidivism. That is what we call the radicalization of offenders. We trace why is this person like this? Why is this crime has gone to the extreme like this? Then when you trace why, the person will tell you because the country is bad, socioeconomic, whatever. Government, you do help them. If it's education, they are in the what they call it. Forgotten this the name of this institution. We have school. We have many of them that entered the university in the prison, and they made it, and they come out and get job. Poverty is among the cause.
This aspect of
socioeconomic decadence.
Yes.
When they look right, look left, they don't see any help.
Yes.
They will just do whatever they want to do.
So the state of the economy, the state of the country is a contributing factor.
Socio-economic factor. That is what is causing it.
I'm very happy we're having this talk, even though it wasn't planned.
Another thing, political inequality. You see other areas being developed.
Yes.
Their own is just like that.
Yes.
With anger,
marginalization,
they become enemy of the society.
Yes. When people perceive that there's a glass ceiling over them, and something, I understand that. Like I was saying, I'm so happy we're having this discussion because it's something that's been hovering in my mind and something. What would you say, as a rough estimate for somebody who has been in the system, what do you think, what would you say would be the chances of correction of a person who enters the prison services? What would be their chances of being corrected against worsening?
Being corrected, that being reformed.
Being reformed, yes, coming up better. As against becoming worse in prison. What would you say would be the chances?
The chances of becoming better, I think, is higher than worse in Nigeria Correctional Service.
In Nigerian correctional service.
It's higher. It's higher because many testimonies have been coming in society.
Would you say that is since the change of nomenclature to Nigeria Correctional Services than before, as always, when it was Nigerian Prison Services, it was like that?
No, you know, before the nomenclature changes, we have been into reformation and rehabilitation.
Yes.
So through that reformation and rehabilitation, we were able to achieve a lot before reintegrating them to the society. We have been doing a lot. We have professionals. Yeah.
So what will you say is the future? What would you, when you look forward? I know it cannot be very long yet before you leave the services. When you look at the Nigerian correctional system going forward, what do you think is the future of it?
Well, now, the future of Nigerian correction is very, very bright. With the introduction of this non-custodial system of management, because the job is shared now. When
non-custodial services means that it's not everybody that will be held within the prison. Yes.
So that one will give us room enough to study offenders. Study offenders, take them to court, place them where they belong to. Where the offense is minor, they will probe them very well, place them in probation. The person may stay 3 months and go. You have traced the cause of the problem. So this one is not going to prison. This one needs to be corrected and returned to the society. You understand? Then if it's the one that has become enemy to the society, that if you leave this one now to go back to society, may kill the person.
Yes.
And you study the
like happened with the man you were talking about.
So you go into restorative justice. We call it, if it's a problem of community, you go to the district heads of the community or the town and do what? And make peace between him and whoever he has offended. You understand?
Yes.
He will settle the matter and you go back and live in peace.
The correctional services in Nigeria do that.
That is not part of the non-custodial. I told you the functions. Yeah.
That's interesting. We have less than a minute to spend on this. But I just want to look at one quick point. I was asking about the future of the Nigerian correctional services. I had something in mind that from reports that I read, I understand that in places like Sweden and some European countries, the prisons are becoming empty to the extent that some of the places they are closing down the prisons. I don't know whether that is true. I think I've seen 1 or 2 reports like that. You know, so what are the chances?
Meaning there is a crime reduction.
There's a reduction in crime. So what are the chances of that kind of thing happening in Nigeria soon, where we will not need so many prisons?
You know why a disciplined country and developed country is when we visit their prison. When you visit their prison, I know the population of those in the prison. That's how we rate the country. So the socioeconomic factors in Nigeria, or problem in Nigeria, is so vital.
Because you notice an anomaly.
So
you notice I've seen pictures of the prisons in Sweden and some of those Central European countries where the prisons are so beautiful and things. Yet they don't have the problem of people wanting to come. Back. It is our own that is deplorable and things that they want to come back.
They have enough industries to train them. They have in Sweden. There is a section of their industry that makes designers wear.
Yes.
In the prison. In Sweden.
Yeah.
So when they train them, give them work, why are they coming back?
that they can do profitably outside.
Make sure they stand on their own when they go out. But Nigeria, they don't.
What they get out of the activity will be controlled by their own industry, not by the system. But what they put in will determine what they get out.
Trace the problem of the person and solve it. And when you're integrating the person in the community, you make sure the person can help himself to eat. But is it happening here? No. There was one conference I attended in South Africa, and we were discussing about Nigerian Correctional Service. And I told that the problem of Nigerian Correctional Service or Nigeria as a crime, in crime setup, the government has their hand, the community, the society, the Nigerian Correctional Service. Okay, as we say, we reform them. And when we open the prison gate, you just say bye-bye. Bye. Be a good boy.
Yes.
The person that has been in prison for 5 years now carry his luggage and come out. How will the outside look like?
Yes.
Yes. I was telling them, I said, that night, that person may get HIV/AIDS.
Yes. That night. Yes.
Because the friends you did not meet for 5 years.
Yes.
We make sure we meet them that night.
The one that
and you will not even care whether they carry HIV AIDS or not.
Yes.
You understand me?
Yes.
Yeah.
They could get mocked.
And the money they may be giving transport to their community.
Yes.
But that transport will not take them home.
Yes.
They may like to branch beer parlor. That is a very bad system of discharging an inmates.
So considering that coming out of the average prison in Nigeria back into society many times looks more like coming out of the fire pan into fire, then what hopes do we have? What do you say?
That is what I'm telling you. The problem is with the system. For you to know the country that is doing well, is the nature of their prison that will tell you that.
So in summary, we are in a cul-de-sac.
Yeah.
We are in a cul-de-sac.
Exactly.
A road that leads nowhere.
So Nigeria, we have everything to do with crime in Nigeria should be for everybody's concern.
This has been an accidental conversation, absolutely off the cuff, but I think I've been thrilled with madams, and it's the first time I'm coming in contact with somebody in the correctional services, and I've just been thrilled. I've been talking with Chief Mrs. Veronica EGONEKWU MUOKWUGWO. And we are here at the MUOKWUGWO residence here at Odabo, Otuocha, Umweri. Don't touch that jar, just hold on. We are coming back on another dimension. Thank you very much.